Hey everyone, it's Types, and today I'm going to be looking at some of the new reveals on Pokebeats here. I have not looked at all of them. I've looked at a few of them though. First, we got the Simisage, Semipore cards. Then we have this new Defiance Vest. I'm trying to look at what sets. Yeah, and then we got some other Armor GX, Glycopod EX, and maybe some more cards. We'll see. But first of all, the Semi-Sage, Semipore, and Semi-Seer. Let's see. So first of all, they all have call for family, the basics, and their second attack seems to be pretty bad. Like it's like 30-ish, 40, I suppose. It's a minor positive effect for 3, which is not very good. But then we see the other things here, and they all have this ability Monkey Trio. If you have all 3 of them in play, I believe you don't need to have multiple of like for semi-sage. I believe this semi-sage counts as that one in play. You don't need to have like 3 on your bench, I'm pretty sure. So just in play. And then if that makes sense. So if you have all 3 in play, then you get to ignore all colorless in their attack cost. So this one normally grass colorless, not just one grass. And they're all this one's fire colorless. This one's water colorless. Incidentally, I think this one might be the worst. I don't remember super well. This one here, though, is... Okay, so Simisage 100 during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage on this Pokemon, but my Pokemon that have an ability, except Simisage for whatever reason. It only has 100 HP, but this is, like, pretty good. Ability walling is good. We've seen on Alolan Vulpix right now, and Alolan Vulpix is good. Alolan Vulpix V-Star. It's not, like, the best attacker in the game. But it's certainly not bad. It's a good partner for Arceus, and you occasionally see it in other decks, usually just Arceus decks, but it definitely sees a decent amount of play in Arceus decks because it's a very good card. Oh, and you can see it in Chien-Pao decks occasionally as well, not too commonly there. But yeah, I think this Semi-Sage is a solid option. It doesn't make its own deck because only 100 damage isn't great. Keep in mind you want to use Luminous with this as well, which is all right. Luminous certainly will do fine here. Getting 3 stage 1s in play is a little awkward. I don't know exactly how you do that if you try with Zoroark. Obviously, getting them each evolved manually isn't like impossible by any means, but in order to guarantee you do it next turn, you'll essentially need to get 2 of each basic into play, which is your whole bench. So you don't get any engine. Yeah, I think Zoroark is probably the play. It's going to be a little awkward, but like people aren't bossing turn 2 that often. Like they'll do it sometimes though, or even yeah, I guess turn 2. If you go first, they need to boss turn 1, and you're fine. Um, but yeah, if they it's a bit of a weird deck. I think you need Zoroark. Let's see. The next one here does 190 and 30 to itself. That's like whatever. 190 is a decent chunk of damage. You're looking at Choice Builder Defiance Granting up to 220, which is the number you're looking to hit. And that's pretty good and that's pretty fair. But it's a little awkward. I definitely see this attack's worse than this attack, even though it costs more, which is kind of strange. But it's like in reality, it's the same attack cost. It's 1 fire. You could power this up using like some like Magma Basin or something. I don't know why you do that. You probably would not, but you could. Um, like 190 isn't a particularly high amount of damage though, so I think the Semi-Seer is only okay. It's the big damaging option of the 3, but it's not it's not even doing that much damage, so it's a little strange, but it's all right. Next up we got Semipore, which and they all have 100 HP, which is a little low. So same ability, and then Shower with Insults. Wow, that's an interesting attack thing. It does 50 and 30 to each your opponent's benched. Okay, that's pretty good spread. I'm trying to think of anything with better like spread than that, and I can just like basic spread, but yeah, I guess Electivire has better spread than that. Um, this is still all right. I mean, for 1 water in a stage 1, it's pretty insane because let's see, it's not I guess it's probably not beating like big decks, but it's certainly beating like single price decks. Sorry. I was thinking about Manaphy and thinking about Sableye, and because Sableye obviously count like goes to the Manaphy, but then there's the other one, the Ujirachi, which will be coming out when this comes out. So people might start dropping Manaphy, but probably not. Like if they just play Manaphy, you kind of lose. So I'm looking at Semi Sage. Semi Sage is the best, I think, by far. And then I think Semi-Poor and Semi-Zero are both okay, but I think this line's kind of fun. I like the Semi Pokemon; they're kind of fun. Okay, next up we get Defiance Fest. Does exactly kind of what you'd expect, where it's a defensive tool when you're down. So if you're down on prizes, the Pokemon this card is attached takes 40 less, and that's like very good. I don't think there's anything in the game right now that reduces damage by 40. I could be mistaken again. There are a few by 30. Some people are talking about it with control. I don't really know if that makes a ton of sense. I don't know what you'd pair this with. You could pair it with Mewtwo V Union. That would benefit from this card. You could pair that out quite a bit. You'd probably pair this with like Kazungutra V Star or like Arceus V Star, something like that. Something that's kind of tanky. Um, I'm not exactly sure about Defiance Fest here. I think the card's all right. I think it's a good card, but there's like Chin Pao is super good right now. Giratina V Star is not the best right now because of Mew, but it's still pretty prevalent. And that obviously that can insta kill. But the main thing's Chin Pao. Chin Pao will be getting through this, though it makes him probably spend another energy, so it might not be able to get through us anywhere near as easily. It depends who you're playing. So yeah, Defiance Fist is actually pretty good. I don't think it's the I don't know. I don't think it's the greatest card in the world. I thought Defiance Fan was going to be very good, and I think it initially saw like zero play, and then it like has seen more play. I suppose as more EX have come into the format. But I'm kind of going on a tangent. I think Defiance Fest is a pretty good card because you want to be defensive when you're down, or I want to be defensive when I'm down. That's my style of play. I'm a control player. Not exclusively a control player, but yeah, I think Defiance Fest is it's it's all right. Next up, we got some new cards I have not read yet. Hopefully, these are new cards. I didn't actually check. Um, but they have translations. Oh, I have I seen these? Um, I don't know, but we got a few here. So, oh, a lot. This is actually a lot of new cards. What on earth? Snorlax stall? What? Okay, well, we'll get to that. That seems very good. But I didn't read it very clearly. Let's see. So these Toadstools obviously are not very good. Toadstool, though, Mycelium Colony cards in your opponent's discard pile can't be put into their hand through the use of trainers or abilities they use. I can't tell if this is new or not because we've seen some like weird things like this. I don't think it's. I think it is new, but this is interesting. Obviously in Zoroark Control, that's probably like the only deck you play this in. Um, let's see. So it's any cards. It's not just trainers. So this is all right. Actually, it's pretty good. Because that means they can't like super rod. They can't palpad. They can't. I mean that's about it. But or they can't clear as well. But I think this is good against the Lost Zone. Um, Yeah, I think this is a good control tech in Zora control or not Zora control as well. You can put this in non-Zora control. Like regular control, it helps flying Pikachu against Sableye. I actually kind of like this card quite a bit. Um, but we'll see in the future how good it actually is. But it's an interesting looking card. Next up, Magby, a baby Pokemon, so it's a basic fruit tree, colorless attack. So far, these have been alright. I haven't really played too many decks that want them, but I think they're okay. I think they're seeing not as much play as they probably should be. Um, but they're alright cards. Let's see. During your opponent's next turn, if it's damage from an attack, put 6 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. Um, okay, that's alright. The big issue is that Rope is in the format, and then obviously they could boss, but the bigger issue is Rope. Um, and also like 60 for one's very good, but this isn't control or 60 for. I mean, 60 for one would be good, but 60 for free is like insane. Um, but I mean, not like it's just pretty good. It would be better if it was 70 because there's Actually, no, like your opponent's not gonna be hitting you with Comfy. I think this is all right. I don't know if this is quite. I mean, you'd probably rather use Cleffa. I think I'd rather use Bonsly. Bonsly confuses, which can be really nice. And then what are the other? There's some like Manaphy. I don't even remember what that Manaphy does. Is it even out? Let me check. So Manaphy. I don't. Not Manaphy. Mantike. There we go. I promise I know what I'm talking. It's not out. Okay, it's heal 120 from one of your bench Pokemon. Um. Okay, yeah, probably not rather use that. I probably rather use Magby. Mantike probably has some value though. Okay, so this is all right. I don't love this card. I think it's a card that is not going to see any play, but it deserves some consideration. Okay, check it out. Immune from damage on a coin flip. Wow, that's actually very solid as a pre-evolution. As like a nice wall. It doesn't do any damage, but it can allow you to theoretically get back into games through weird scenarios. Let's see. Okay, and then we got Arm Rouge EX. Let's go. Not a Terra. Any of these Terras? Nope, they are not. Okay, I'd love to see those back. Those are kind of fun. But hmm. It's at full HP. It takes 80 less what on Earth. This is so good. Yeah, that's good. We really saw the Wigglytuff, which is so big, and the Blastoise, which is so big. None of them perform super well, but okay, and then Scorching Bazooka. Yeah, that won't be the attack name. But yeah, 40 and 40 more for each fire energy attached to this Pokemon. Sorry, I'm feeling a little under the weather right now. It's at full HP, and taking 80 less means it gets up to what's that? That's 340, and then it's just like stage 2 EX range. It's not like undefeatable range by any means. And then the Scorching Bazooka, that can, when you have like, say, 4 energy is like 200. It's a little awkward, right? It's Magna Recent with the other Arm Rouge, but it is the other Arm Rouge, so just have the self-contained line means that like setup's easier and stuff like that. Um, I think this card's very good. I'm a sucker for this type of card, this like tanky card. Um, but I think this card's very good. I think its damage output isn't insane. It's not awful either. Also, I love this. I think Armouge is one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 9. But yeah, this Armouge EX is super cool. Um, and I think it'll make the other Armouge finally good. You could pair this with the Ceruledge or whatever, which like attacks. It's not that good, but it's an option. But overall, yeah, I think this Armouge is pretty good. Next up, ooh, that on a coin flip, discard around cards from the opponent's hand. That could be good and do no control. Um, Strategic Retreat. Okay, so Gliscod EX. 70 for 2 is not good. That's definitely not good. It's not really doing anything interesting there at all. I mean, it's pretty bad. Strategic Retreat. 170 discard 1 energy from this Pokemon. If you do switch this with one of your bench Pokemon. So I think we saw a bit of an interesting wall there. Um, in let's see, we saw it in it was like some I don't know. We'll take a look at it later, but I think it was in a cool one. Yeah, like I think I don't know. It's a Sonic thing. Sonic stall. I don't. Sorry, I don't get tired. I think it's a nice wall, so you can hit and run to that. There are a few other options as well, but 170 isn't that good. I mean, it's pretty good for hit and run, but um, I'm trying to think of hit and run right now, and it lacks the right targets. So Alakazam EX is almost like this hit and run style attack. Maybe this is good enough. I'm not sure. I'm not a hit and run player either. I don't really. I haven't. I mean, hit and run hasn't been good for a while. Unfortunately, there've been a few like fun hit and run decks, but right now I don't think it's that good. Um, so I'd say this card's actually all right. You can hit and run into a few things. Um, but we'll take a look at that like draw card or whatever in a second. Veluza cut for the job. What does that even mean? If it's in the active and is knocked out by damage, move 2 water energy from this to one of your bench Pokemon. That's not too bad. That's like an alright ability. Oh, and that's just a Hydro Pump. Okay. Okay. The multiplier is low. Like you have to compare this to Chien-Pao. I feel like naturally, obviously they're different, but I don't think this Veluza is very good when you have superior energy retrieval. It's not awful. It's a fun card, but it's not a great card. Pretty fun art there. Not like the best art in the world, but not bad either. It's good art. It's not my favorite. I'm sure some people are gonna love it though. Do all these have specialized? I didn't realize. Like none of the, okay, not all of them, but yeah, I'm not a major fan of any of the other arts. This Glycepod's all right. I don't really know what's going on here. Oh, it's in like a shipwreck. Okay. Let's see. Swablu. That's not a good Swablu. Is it the best Swablu? I don't think so. I think there's one with 60, but I don't know. And then we see Terra EX Dragon type. So its ability, once you continue to heal 20 from each of your Pokemon. We've seen Radiant Sarina. We've seen Celebi VMAX. They're okay. They're not that good, but maybe this can snack. Let's see. Wait. So 140 during your opponent's next turn. Print all the effects of attacks done from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. That's not that good. I don't think this attack's good, and I don't think the ability is quite good enough to worth running it for it to be worth running. But I think it has some potential, maybe in some Zoroark control, but not really. Like Zoroark control is not that good. I always talk about it. I don't play it. There's a reason I don't play it. Yeah, it's an interesting card, but I don't think it's quite good enough. Let's see, Tandem Mouse. No, still bad. But then we get Mousehold EX. Yo, awesome art, low HP. Solidarity. What? Okay, if this Pokemon is in the active and damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, put 3 damage counters for each of 10 mouse and Mousehold, excluding Pokemon EX. Aw, okay. I mean that makes sense in play. Um, let's see. So you have this Mousehold. I mean you could fill your bench up with other Mouseholds through Zoroark. And then Greedy Fang 120, draw 2 is not. Its attack's bad. Okay, so, and its HP is low, so it dies. Let's see, a 5. It can return to 150. I don't think this is quite good enough. It's a bit awkward. It's not like garbage, but it's awkward. Um, Flittle and Espathra. Oh, this art is pretty cool. I like this one. I don't like Espathra as a Pokemon. I think it's a kind of an ugly looking Pokemon. But I think the the this art here is like cool. Um, let's see. All seeing when you play this to evolve during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage and from all damage from and effects of what is this saying? During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. That wording just doesn't seem right. So it's immune to damage? Yeah, it's immune to damage and effects. Wow, okay. I mean, we have seen stuff like this before. So Mimic UV, and we've seen um Garchomp. And Mimic UV honestly is all right. I think it's underplayed. I think it deserves some play, but it doesn't deserve that much. What is Tulip? Is Tulip a card we've seen? Oh yeah, okay. So, oh, that's the one that recovers the psychic Pokemon. It's like Nessa for psychic. So it does 140 for 2 psychic. It's not that good. Counter catcher. Wait, yo, what? This is what? No, it's back. Let's go. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, okay. Counter catcher. It's back. Wait, let me make sure it's the same as like the old counter catcher, because maybe they like errata it and like do something completely different. You can only place if you're down gust. Yo, let's go. Let's go. I'm so hyped. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Um, Wow, I mean you may be wondering like why I'm so hyped, but yo, this is crazy. This is cracked. This is one of my favorite cards ever that I never really got to play because I didn't really play super seriously when it was around. I played a little, but not too much. But it's very good for control. It's just a very fun card in general. I like Counter Catcher and I like Custom Catcher. I love Item Gust. I don't like Cross Switcher because it doesn't have that versatility. Um, but I don't hate it either. It has some versatility. Um, but let's go. Yeah, we're back. Okay, I'm so hyped about this. Yeah, it's a good card. It's a very good card. Um, I don't know how much play I'll actually end up seeing, but I think I'll be playing it. I'll be playing it a lot, and I know it's gonna be good in the next time to be playing. Not all of them, but some of them. Whew. Okay, yeah, wow, I was not expecting that. I was like just glancing very quickly, but what? Okay. And then lastly, we got Stonex Doll, the card that I saw before. with 120 HP, that looks kind of like a fairy dollar, Liz Poké Doll or something. But you place down. Ah, okay, okay, that's not as good as I thought it was. So next doll, if this is in your hand when you're setting up play, you may put it face down as if it were a 120 HP basic. Um, and you can discard it from play. You can't retreat, and it can't be affected by special conditions. And if it's knocked out, your opponent doesn't take any prizes. This isn't that good. Okay. You have to start it. You can start it on the bench, so you can start your hand with multiple. Um, there are some interesting shenanigans you can pull with Luxray, and you can like choose to mulligan, and you can play it with like just some random basic. I don't know what that random basic would be, but I don't know. This card doesn't seem that good. It's all right. I'm gonna play it some. It's a fun card, but it's not like great because you can't really get it into play very easily, like at all. Like you can't get it into play beyond the first turn, which doesn't seem fun. Um, I mean, if you could just play it anytime, it would just be broken. That's what I thought as a glance, but it's not broken. It's not very good. But counter catcher, what? This is insane. It's back, yo. Okay, I'm hyped. I hope you are hyped too. You're probably not as hyped as me. I'm kind of weird. But if you enjoyed, consider subscribing. Supports the channel out a lot. Wow, that was as I said, it's the morning. I'm tired, but that woke me up. Yeah, if you enjoy, consider subscribing. It helps out the channel a lot. It's free. You can always undo it. And most of my viewers are not subscribed. Also, when I reach, I think it's 1,000. At some point, I'm gonna do some giveaway. You need to be subscribed, and you'll get packs, or you might get packs. It's not a lot of packs, but there'll be some, and I'll probably give away. I think it's like 5 packs, and I'll give them probably like one away to 5 different people or something like that. Um, so yeah, but consider subscribing if you enjoyed. I'll be doing more content. I'll definitely be playing Custom Catcher, and I'm excited to see you next time.